about that later. How do we do this transformation? We must have new curriculum. We've seen about the 21st century skills that has to be part of the curriculum. Innovation and creativity must be a major part of this new curriculum. And globalization, it's a very important task of this coming decade to put globalization as part of the learning environment, as part of the learning experience, because that's what will prepare this generation, these students, to the labor market. And by the way, research shows or predict that by 2020, half of the jobs on the labor market do not exist yet. So change is going to be so fast and so rapid that school must change, and we must change these 4 features in order to be able to take this M² generation into success in the 21st century. So now let's look at these 4 features. If some of you know Professor Stephen Heppell, good for you. If you're not, I encourage you to go into heppell.net. Professor Heppell is I mean, a major player in technology and education in the United Kingdom and in many other places in the last 20, 25 years. I've been hearing him every time I go to London on January to the technology and education forums and conferences. And last year, he was talking about the difference between 20th century technology and education and 21st century. And he was simply saying, as you see, that 20th century technology and education was a small change. We had time to reflect. We could see how does it fit and match our pedagogic ideas, needs, etc., etc. However, 21st century technology and education is a huge change, and we have no time to reflect. We have and we must move much faster. The education system cannot lag behind, and also this huge change is set also the way in which we should look at the learning environment itself. Some words about learning devices. It's changing. 2 years ago, netbook, $400, $300 piece was, I think, something that nobody believes. And in 2 years, the market is changed. Computer now can go anywhere. Now we're talking about mobile devices that can started to be a very useful part or useful device in learning. We're talking about the iPad 6 days ago, 5 days ago, was started to be around. And this is changing very fast, and school must adapt to this change. Now, how it should be done, we'll see in few slides. The second thing, create a new learning environment. I want to speak to you for like a minute or two about what I think is the most ambitious and, in my view, amazing education program in the world in the last 5 years, calling BSF, Building Schools for the Future, in the United Kingdom, a program worth between 45 to 50 billion pound, with the idea to rebuild or renovate completely the entire high school, the entire 3,500 high school in the United Kingdom, with the idea of suiting them or matching them to the needs of the 21st century environment, to provide teacher with 21st century workplace, to provide access to facility which can be used by all members of the community, and schools suddenly becomes a major player, a major part, an integral part of the entire community, and this is something that is very important. Technology also plays a key role in helping to achieve educational transformation, and this is the idea, and what we are going to see now in this the next slide is a sample of school, a real school, and I will talk about it in for a couple of minutes. This is the Lee Technology Academy in Dretford, Kent. It's about an hour drive northeast of London. And what happened there is that in this small town there were two high schools. They were both underachieved. They were both under a threat of closure by Ofsted, and they decided, the city decided to make a change, and they went into BSF, Building School for the Future, 2005. For 2 years, they design and develop the new school they wanted under, I would say, 3 guidelines, and these were very important. The first one was entirely new learning environment. The second one was personalization, and the third one was choice. And new learning environment, meaning this is 4 pictures of this new school, 1,500 students, 4 colleges, and what we see here is an entirely different learning environment that, at least in Israel, we are used to see in school, high school, elementary school, whatever. And this is a place when you come, it's like you come to work, you don't come to study. And every student here has a personal program during the week. They have to study math, language, and sciences, but the rest is choice for them, and they have options of theater and arts and sciences and physical studies, and also they can do clothes design and cooking, etc., etc. And it's amazing because it gives a student the ability to do many things and to experience various things. What we see here on the bottom left, these girls are in the dance class, and now they're working with their teacher on a midterm project of choreography. So they sit together in a space like a cafe, and they discuss the choreography plans of each of the students. Here what we see is the art department, and the art department, it's one space. By the way, there are no classes in this school, and there's no ring between the hours, and everybody knows where they have to go. And what we see here at the top is these girls are working on their projects. Annie Phillips, one of them, is working on her, and on the bottom we see students working, editing their films for the midterm project, which they have deadline. They can spend 4 hours on that project now, editing, and of course they get a tutorship from the teacher in that. So it's an entirely different environment, and what we've seen is that, of course, achievement rose, and most and foremost is motivation to study, motivation to come to school, in both case of teachers and students. Just an anecdote: there is a gym in this school that you must go twice a week in order to exercise, physical exercise, and this is something that is looking into a healthy life, which is a very important goal in 21st century education, one of them. Another example, which I believe is a very important one, is a Future Lab. Future Lab is a non-governmental organization in Bristol, United Kingdom, and what they have is it's dedicated to transforming teaching and learning, making it more relevant, engaging to 21st century learner, to the use of innovative practice and technology. Now,